Hello children, welcome to today's session. Today you can learn about some problems using transversal. Already you learned what is transversal, what is the properties of transversal, etc. in the last class, etc. So today we can do some exercise problems from your textbook. So before that, here in this picture, this is the first question given in your book and this is two parallel lines, is it A, B, that are the name of these parallel lines, and this is cut by two transversal lines. Okay, this is one transversal and this is another transversal. Then here many different angles are formed, is it? So its name is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That are the angles name given. In this question, we need to apply some property. Already we studied and before that we can revise one more time. What are the name of that particular angles? Do you remember? 1, 5. What is 1, 5? It is corresponding angle. Is it? 4, 7 are corresponding angles. 2, 6 corresponding angle. 3, 8 are corresponding angles. Is it? Then another one, alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. What are the alternate interior angles here? 4 and 6 are alternate interior. 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles. Okay. Exterior angle anyway in this question it is not enough. That's why. Then 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are angles on the same side of the transversal. This is the transversal line and 4 and 5 are on the same side of the transversal. Such a way, two more angles are there, 3 and 6. 3 and 6 also same side of the transversal. So that three different concepts we need in this problem. Okay. So first question. This holds only in the case of two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. All these properties holds. Okay. So first, if this symbol represents a parallel. If A parallel to B, then angle 1 equal to angle 5. Angle 1 equal to angle 5. So which property here we can write? Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Is it? So the property is corresponding angle property. First question answer is corresponding angle property. Then second question, if angle 4 equal to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. Both holds. If A is parallel to B, this condition holds. If it is equal, then A must be parallel. That is the. So second, angle 4 and angle 6 are equal, then A is parallel to B. What is angle 4 and angle 6? It is known as alternate interior angle. So here the property is alternate interior angle property. Alternate interior angle property means alternate interior angles are equal if A is parallel to B. Otherwise, if A is parallel to B, alternate interior angles must be equal, vice versa. Okay. Then third one, if angle 4 plus angle 5 equal to 180 degree, angle 4 and angle 5 are known as angles on the same side of the transversal. Its sum is 180 degree means it is supplementary. Okay. So angles on the same side of the transversal form supplementary. Then A must be parallel to B. So here we can write angles on the same side of transversal forms supplementary. Okay, this is the third property. Angles on the same side of the transversal form supplementary angles. So first of all, you need to understand what are the different names and property. It holds only if two lines are parallel. Clear? Okay, let us explain. Second question. In the adjoining figure, identify four questions are there. So before that, A and B are the parallel lines and C is the transversal line. That first you need to understand. Two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. Then only these properties holds. Okay. So A, B are parallel. C is the transversal line. So first question, pairs of corresponding angles. Here in this picture, what are the corresponding angles that you need to write? Okay, already you studied, but here the angle name changed. That's why. So first question, corresponding angles. What are the corresponding angles here? Angle 4, angle 8. Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding. Then next one, angle 3, angle 7. Is it? Then another corresponding angle is angle 1, angle 5. 1 is here, 5 is here. Then another one, angle 2, angle 6. Okay. So these are the pairs of corresponding angles. Okay. Then second question, the pairs of alternate interior angles. Alternate interior. Interior means inside. Alternate means one is this side and other is that side. So what are the alternate interior angles there? Angle 3, angle 5 are alternate interior. 3 and 5. Then likewise 2 and 8 are angle 2, angle 8 are alternate interior angles. Then third question, pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal. So this is the transversal line and the same side of the transversal. What are the interior angles here? It is angle 3, angle 8. Then another one is angle 2, angle 5. Okay. Then vertically opposite angles. Already you studied what is vertically opposite angle. Here many vertically opposite angles are there. So first one, 2 and 4. One is here and other is here. So angle 2, angle 4 is vertically opposite. Then another one, angle 1 and angle 3. Angle 1, angle 3 are vertically opposite. Angle 2, angle 4 are vertically opposite. Then another pair, angle 5, angle 7. Likewise, angle 6, angle 8. Okay. These are the vertically opposite angles. Clear? Third question. In the adjoining figure, P is parallel to Q. Find the unknown angles. Only one angle 125 is given. All the other angles you need to find out. A, B, C, D, E, F. 6 angles. What is the measurement? That we need to find out. The condition given is P is parallel to Q. And this is the transversal line. Okay. So already we studied if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, many laws are there, many rules are there. Is it? Vertically opposite angles must be equal, corresponding angles are equal, alternate interior angles are equal. Then angles on the same side of the transversal form supplementary angle. Such a way many rules are there. So that rules here we need to apply to find all these angles. So here this angle is 125 degree and here it forms a linear pair. Is it? 125 and E angle and this is a straight line. So here it forms a linear pair. Linear pair means there forms a 180 degree. So we can write E plus 125 is equal to 180 degree because it forms a linear pair. This angle plus E is 180 degree. Otherwise 125 plus F, that also possible. There also forms a straight line, straight angle, that is known as 180 degree. So from here we can write E equal to 180 degree minus 125 degree. What is the measurement? 55 degree. Okay. So one angle you got E is 55. So can you say what is the angle measurement of F? This E and F are vertically opposite. Vertically opposite angles are equal. So we can write F equal to 55 degree within bracket vertically opposite. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite to E. So E 55, F also 55. Then, so these three angles over. Then we need to find out D here. This is angles on the same side of the transversal. Is it? F and D are angles on the same side of the transversal. That forms supplementary means if we are adding F plus D, you will get a 180 degree. Rule: angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. These rules you need to write within the bracket. Okay. So angle F now we got. What is angle F? It is 55 degree plus D equal to 180 degree. So from here we can find out D equal to 180 minus 55 degree equal to 125 degree. Okay. So angle D, if it is 125, B also 125 because it is vertically opposite. Next step, B equal to 125 degree within bracket vertically opposite to which one? Vertically opposite to D. So D is 125, B also 125. Again, A and D makes a linear pair. Otherwise, B and C makes a linear pair. So its sum must be 180 degree. So we can write A plus D equal to 180 degree. What is the reason? It forms a linear pair. Okay, A plus D equal to 180 because there forms a linear pair. And angle measurement of D, we know what is the angle measurement of D? It is 125. So A plus 125 equal to 180, which implies A equal to 180 minus 125, that is equal to 55 degree. Okay, then which angle is remaining here? C only remaining. So if angle A is 55, C also 55 because it is vertically opposite. So we can write C equal to same as A, 55 degree within bracket, write vertically opposite. Vertically opposite angles. Okay, so only one angle is here given, but we can find out all the other angles using the properties of transversal. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, all these laws we can apply. Okay, clear? Next we can discuss fourth question. Two questions are there. Find the value of x in each of the following figures if L is parallel to M. In this question, L is parallel to M. What is the value of x? That is the question. Okay, so here this angle is given and x we needed to find out. So before that, we need to apply some rules here. So here this angle we can use it as angle 1 because angle 1 is vertically opposite to this 110 degree. Is it? Then only we can find out this x. So this angle we can take it as 1. Then what we can write here? Angle 1 equal to 110 degree because what is the reason? This 110 degree and angle 1 are vertically opposite. So angle 1 equal to 110 Reason, vertically opposite angles. Okay, then now we got this is 110 and here it is x. So which rule we can apply here? These two angles. What is the name of these two angles? It is the angles on the same side of the transversal. Is it that forms a supplementary? That already we studied. So next step, angle 1 plus x equal to 180 degree because angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. This is the reason for these two, angle 1 plus x equal to 180 degree. Okay, but we know what is angle 1, it is 110. So we can write 110 degree plus x equal to 180 degree. Is it? So from this we can write x equal to 180 degree minus 110 degree. So what is the answer here? It is 70 degree. So in the first question, x value of x is 70 degree. For that we took here this angle as angle 1. Then only we can apply the property vertically opposite angle. Okay. Next, second question. This angle 100 degree, 80 degree is given. This angle we need to find out. Okay. So L is parallel to M is given. L and M are the parallel lines. Two transversal lines are here. A and B are the transversal lines. Okay. So here also we can write this is angle 1. Okay. So here it forms a linear pair now. Is it a linear pair? So what is linear pair property? Two angles must be 180 degree. So here we can write angle 1 plus 100 equal to 180 degree because there forms a linear pair. Okay. From this we can find angle 1 equal to 180 minus 100 which is equal to 80 degree. So this angle is 80 degree. So here also we can apply some of the alternate interior angles are supplementary, that is 180 degree. So next step, angle 1 plus x equal to 180 degree. Reason, angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. From this, angle 1 already you got, it is 80 degree plus x equal to 180 degree. Therefore, x equal to 180 degree minus 80 degree. Answer is 100 degree. Okay. So this way we can apply the rules and find the unknowns. Clear? Next, fifth question. In the given figure, the arms of two angles are parallel. If angle ABC equal to 70 degree, find DGC. What is DGC? This is the angle DGC. And DEF. These two angles we need to find out. So to find DGC, we can, arms already you studied now. So we can consider these two arms are parallel. AB and DE are parallel and BC is the transversal line. Okay. So we can say that these two are corresponding angles. So just you need to write angle DGC equal to 70 degree because corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles. In this case, we need to take AB parallel to DE. This is first question. Then second question, DEF. So in this case, these two arms we can take it as parallel and this is the transversal line. Okay. So there also we can apply the corresponding angles and property. Angle DEF equal to 70 degree corresponding angle, but here you need to take BC is parallel to EF. BC is parallel to EF and ED is the transversal line. So these two are corresponding angles. Okay. So both the case you need to apply the corresponding angle sum property, but the parallel lines must be different. Okay. Sixth question. In the given figures below, decide whether L is parallel to M. Some angles are given. We need to find out whether this L is parallel to M or not. So here also we can apply the properties. So this angle 126 and 44 is given. What is the name of these two angles? It is the angles on the same side of the transversal. So what is the property there? That must be supplementary. So we can add these two, 126 plus 44. What is the sum? It is 170 degree only. But what we need? 180 degree. Then only it forms a supplementary. Then only it will be parallel. So we can say that L is not parallel to M, because that property does not holds. Okay. So we can write L is not parallel to M. Reason you can write angles on the same side of transversal must be supplementary. Then only we can say that L is parallel to M. That is the reason. Okay. Second question. Here 75 degree given. Here also 75 degree given. In this picture, it look like a parallel line, but here it is not like a parallel line. Anyway, we can check is it parallel or not. Okay. So if it is 75 degree, what will be here? This angle. It is on the same side of the transversal now. So that must be 180 degree. But what will be here? It is 75. So this angle will be 180 minus 75. That is 105 degree. It is 105. But what is the rule? If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, vertically opposite angles must be equal. But here it is 105 and it is 75. So vertically opposite angles are not equal. So that property does not hold here. So we can say that L is not parallel to M. L is not parallel to M. Reason is that vertically opposite angles must be equal, but here it does not holds. Okay. So almost all questions from exercise 5.2 now we discussed here. Try to understand and study well. Thank you.